Guys, I finished the game. I finished Expedition 33, and at the end, spoiler alert, I made a decision. I chose Verso. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was a very difficult choice. I've mentioned before that Mile was my favorite character. Um, Unfortunately, I feel Verso suffered enough in the story. I did like Verso a lot towards the end, especially. The more we found out about the Descendre family, you know what I'm saying? I discovered a lot about the character and about his struggles. And at the end, there was the decision, and Mael's reasons seemed selfish. Not that they seem selfish. Of course, there's other people in this world that she was trying to save, but at what cost? She would have cost her own life, and she would have caused Verso to continue living, even though Verso's been alive for a very long time. Um, you know, I had I had a bad feeling. I felt for the guy, so I chose Verso. I chose to fight with Verso, and although the world was destroyed, you know, at least Verso was no longer a prisoner, to the paintress, to the paint. He was free finally after years of suffering, years of being on, living and not being able to, get away from it. That was his whole goal from the start, to get away from this, to be free. And at least with 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 this he could be free, set free from this world. Uh I felt horrible for Mael, but at the end, in the epilogue, it did seem that she was okay. At least, she was with her family. Their family was at least over it and, mourning together. And at least she looked happy and she had a good goodbye with her friends. And I haven't seen the other ending yet, with Mael. And I'm gonna go probably watch it maybe. I don't know if I want to just keep with my own world or just see what the other option was. Because if I see the other option and it was better, that's gonna make me depressed, to be honest with you. Um, but yeah, it was a difficult decision for me, especially because Mile was my favorite character to play with and everything. But the decision was made. I decided Verso deserved freedom. We deserved to no longer be a prisoner of the world. I did feel depressed when all the characters, CL, Lune, SKA, Wanoka, all of them were vanishing. I was depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at the screen like, did I make the right choice? I had an existential crisis. Did I do the right thing? As if I was a part of the world. But I do feel Verso deserved freedom, and Mael shouldn't destroy herself. There's still life to live outside. She has a wonderful talent as a paintress. So I did feel that this was the right decision. Hopefully, if I when I go watch the other ending, I'm not depressed that I chose the wrong one or whatever. But as of just finishing, I chose Verso, and yeah, it was a difficult decision.